Hello, welcome to Cherish Yoga. Today we are going to beat the summer heat. It has been a hot summer, probably anywhere in the country. So today we are going to do some yoga poses that are going to help us decrease our body temperature a bit. If it's a hot day, you just don't feel like, going outside for a walk or whatever it is, try this video. It's going to help us kind of bring down the body temperature, cool us down a little bit, but still get us moving and still give us the benefits of yoga practice. If you do have some kind of a little step stool, I've got one like this, or maybe some yoga blocks, you can grab a hold of those. You can use them. You can also do it without. So whatever you have available, go ahead and grab it and then come on back and we'll get started. Okay, we're starting back in our chair. We're relaxing to begin with, giving ourselves a few moments of stillness to let the dust settle from the day, let our minds settle, let our bodies settle, prepare us for our practice. Beginning to shift our focus, our attention to the breath, noticing the inhale and exhale. First of all, listening for the sound of your breath. And then noticing how your body responds or moves with each breath. Notice the rise and the fall. Feel your body softening with each exhale. Beautiful. Let's go ahead and sit tall in our chairs. We're going to start with just a few little gentle movements to kind of wake the body up a little bit. Let's start with some circles. Draw some circles with the nose. So there are some yoga poses that increase our body temperature, our body heat, and some that decrease and some that are just neutral. You've probably noticed before, go ahead and reverse. You've probably noticed before when we do poses like the chair pose that your body starts to get hot and you can feel the heat. Those are not the ones we're doing today. We're going to do the ones that help us cool down. Okay, let's roll the shoulders a few times. Those are good for a cold winter's day. When you just have a chill in the air and your bones, let's go ahead and take the hands to the shoulders, draw circles with the elbows. Take the elbows, reach them toward each other in the front, and then open them up toward the back wall, looking up. Inhale, exhale, forward. Inhale, open. Exhale, forward. Last time, inhale, open. Good, let's walk the feet wide, and we're going to just draw some circles with the upper body. Keeping the back straight, starting to open up in the hips and the inner thighs here. Take your time, pause wherever you feel like you need a little extra stretch. And then we'll reverse. So I always like to move the back, especially the lower back, just a little bit before we move into any poses. So let's do a few ragdolls. We're going to relax the upper body. It's just going to fall down over to one side. Still making these big circles, but we're letting the upper body get heavy. The neck is relaxed. Everything in the body is relaxed and loose, which allows us to stretch into the lower back. Let's do one more on this side. And then we'll reverse. And one more. Good. All right. We're coming into a gate pose and we're doing it from a chair today. So we're sitting toward the side of the chair. One leg is extended to the side. Usually you keep the knee up on a gate pose, but in a chair I think it's more stable to have that leg kind of rotated forward, so the toes are pointing forward, the knee just kind of follows along with that leg rotation. Let's take the opposite arm. We're going to come up and we're going to reach over to the side. Now this hand can slide down the leg, or it can rest at the hip or at the thigh, just not on the knee. So find a home for that hand. We're going to hold it here. Good. Let's inhale it up. Let's do that one more time. This time we're really going to hold that pose. Checking in with your top arm, trying to keep it from rolling forward. It's going to try to kind of creep down toward the ground. We want to keep it over the rest of the body, keeping the shoulders away from the ears. And then let's come up. Beautiful. We'll come to our gate pose on the other side. Again, for extra stability, I like to have my leg rotated forward on this one. So we're going to go ahead and reach the arm up. We're going to slide down the leg. And then we're going to inhale it up. And exhale up and over. And we're going to hold this time, keeping that extended arm anywhere except the knee. Shoulders are pulled away from the ears. And then maybe play around with the position of your head. Maybe look forward. Maybe try to look up toward the ceiling. And we'll come up. Good. Beautiful. Let's roll the neck a few times. And then we are going to come up into our good old trusty downward dog. I feel like the downward dog is good for everything. So we're gonna tap into that today. We're gonna come behind our chairs into our downward dog, stepping back and finding some gentle movement to begin with. If your body's just waking up, you want to take your time here. Maybe walk the dog, maybe stretch into one hip and then the other. Maybe move through your lower back. Maybe in the shoulders, dropping your heart toward the ground, stretching the shoulders out a little bit. Okay, now let's bend both of our knees. And we're going to lift the tailbone toward the ceiling, pointing that tailbone up, pushing the heels into the ground. We'll inhale, bend. Exhale, lift the tailbone, push the heels into the ground. Good. Now moving with your breath. Taking your time. On this next one, when you exhale, hold the pose, hold the stretch, continue lifting your tailbone up, push your heels into the ground. Shoulders are going to pull away from the ears. All right, hands are pressing toward the ground. And then drop the head and look back at the knees. Bend your knees. We're going to walk it forward slowly. I like to sometimes lift my hip up toward the ceiling, which brings my foot off of the ground. It's just a different way of moving forward. Kind of gets a little more body parts involved. Good. When we get to the top, we're going to inhale it up. And let's exhale it down. One more time. Inhale up. And exhale, hands to heart. Beautiful. If you have a step stool, a yoga block, something that's a little bit elevated, you could even do it with the seat of your chair if you'd like to. Go ahead and grab that. Okay, we're moving into a wide-legged forward fold. So we're going to have our legs nice and wide. You can also have your chair somewhere to stabilize yourself. We are going to be bringing our head down below the heart. So if you feel a little lightheaded, a little dizzy, bring your head up above the heart. But we're getting the legs nice and wide here. Toes are forward, knees are forward. We're going to keep our back straight on this one today. All right, so your stool or your yoga block, your seat of your chair, something is in front of you. We're keeping the back straight. We're hinging, we're bending from the hips, not from the knees, not from the back. And the stool or the yoga block is down here, so you can place your hands on it so you're not putting all of the stress and the strain into your legs and your back. Good. Now try to drop your chin so that your head comes in line with the rest of your spine. Good. Going down as far as you comfortably can. And then we're just going to hold here and breathe, taking nice, long, gentle breaths. You might feel your body going a little deeper with each exhale. So if your arms are extended on a stool or on a chair, you can just bend your elbows, which allows you to go deeper. We're going to slowly make our way up. So ideally, we're going to push our feet into the ground and lift up, straighten up through our hips. That may not be possible today. So if it's not, no worries. We're going to bend our knees and then we're going to slowly make our way up. Good. All right. Let's walk our feet heel toe our feet in. Okay, we're back in our chair. We're going to cross the ankle over at the knee or at the knee or the ankle. We're going to point this knee. If you're crossed at the knee, we're going to point the knee that's on top up to the ceiling. We're going to wrap our arm around. We're going to find a twist. Okay, we're going to flex that top foot and we're going to twist around, remembering that the neck is part of the spine. So it's twisting as well. If you're crossed at the ankles, take your hand to the outside of the leg and then find a twist with us. Good. Now let's lengthen through the spine. So grow taller from the tailbone up through the top of the head as you inhale, and then as you exhale, we find that twist. Untwist, and then we'll go to the other side. So again, we're crossing at the ankle or at the knee. If you're crossed at the knee, we're going to point the top knee toward the ceiling, wrapping the opposite arm around, hugging that knee to the opposite shoulder, finding your twist. If you're crossed at the ankles, we're going to take the hand to the outside of the leg and find a twist. Lengthening through the spine on an inhale, and twisting all the way up through the top of the head on the exhale. And then let's release out of that. Beautiful. All right. We're going to settle back into our chairs. Let's find a back stretch. As we do so, let's cross over. We're going to pull the elbows forward and down. The chin is going to come down, and then we're going to slowly take the elbows from one leg to the other. And then we're going to curl everything into a tight ball, give everything a big squeeze, and then we release back into our chairs for our final resting pose of the day. Finding a comfortable position, closing your eyes, allowing yourselves these last few moments of rest and stillness. Begin to gently move our fingers and toes, adding in the wrists and the ankles and the neck, and then finding a gentle stretch that feels good. Okay, let's blink our eyes open. We're going to sit tall. We're going to inhale up. I hope you've enjoyed our cooling yoga practice today. And then it's been nice to move a little bit without building too much heat. Go ahead and bring your hands to your heart. Thank you so much for joining me. I truly appreciate it, and I hope you will have a wonderful rest of your day. Stay cool, stay safe out there in the summer heat, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.